What is going on, guys? My name is Tubby Emu. We're talking Raw tonight. This is the final go-home Raw show. Now, I want to let you guys know, after Monday Night Raw, this is very rare that I live stream. I'm not going to be live streaming, but me and Tony Pizza Guy are joining Aubrey Sitterson on #StraightShoot. There's links in the description. It's going to be a live stream. It's a Google Hangout. You guys can ask your questions. Get them on air. Be a part of it. Let's make this the biggest #StraightShoot. Guys, go over there and leave a like on the video. I think the most likes he's got is about 100-something. Let's pound it. Let's beat the shit out of it. Let's get over 3,000 subs. It's going to be a good show. This is the go-home show to WrestleMania. We got Batista facing Randy Orton tonight. We're going to talk about it all in kind of a little WrestleMania preview. Not too much, but kind of what I expect for tonight. Because like you know, this is a big show. This is going to sell WrestleMania for some people. For others, you got the network, so it's only $10. Can I just say how relieved I am, though, to know that WrestleMania is on the network and I don't have to pay $74.99? Can I just say that? I was thinking about this yesterday. Not Fan invited me to come down, and youtube.com/AubreyRex, by the way, is his YouTube channel. Go subscribe. He invited me. He's like, we'll cover the party. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, but we're not going to watch it on the network. You're going to order the $74 HD version on the TV. And, you know, I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, I've already got the network. How awesome is that? Oh, he's going for an RKO. But Batista shuts him down. But fuck that. Batista's like, because fuck Batista. Batista with a Batista. Oh, man, I was not expecting that early. I was just saving a finisher in case. But there's a lot of things that, you know, we have to expect. Now, the 5-point preview for Monday Night Raw, I'm not going to go down WWE's list. WWE's list in the past is what I used to do on these Monday Night Raws. I don't even think I've read them in a while because I just like to go in based on, you know, what kind of happened last week and where things can go. And I will say, for last week's show, I was disappointed. I really was. I thought last week's Raw did not do a very good job of selling WrestleMania to me. You know, they had a bunch of matches that didn't really make any sense. We crowned number one contender to face for the Intercontinental title, which was one hell of a match in which Christian won. But then Christian got a concussion, and then he wasn't a part of that match, and instead it was Dolph who got the chance, and I'm glad Dolph got it. Him and Big E put on a good match. But overall, it still was pointless again. It was just a way to push the network and WWE Network. Main event, excuse me, not WWE Network twice. Man, that's twice he's trying to go for that move. Finally, Randy catches him with a big drop kick. I do have some expectations for Batista versus Randy Orton. This is the first time, you know, we're really getting to see Batista in a high-profile match. Yeah, he faced Sheamus, and, you know, I don't really consider right now, as much as I love Sheamus and he's a big name, you know, Batista is kind of overshadowing him right now, and a lot of people are going to disagree and say, you know, Batista, and they're going to be mad at him. I just want to say, for the role that Batista's been cast in, you know, with everybody hating him, he's like, I don't care, fucking boo me all you want. I'm actually on Batista's side. You know, I think the WWE expected the return to be a lot bigger. And, you know, that's what worries me about these part-time guys coming back. But I have to say, I've been somewhat interested in Batista's return. You know, I hated it at first, but when he started doing the whole Batista thing, they're giving him cheeky lines with Stephanie to try to get him over. They got Triple H trying to come out, and if you watch Triple H and Batista on SmackDown last week, I don't think it was this week, I think it was last week, I just really enjoyed it. I thought they've done a good job, you know, doing what they can with Batista. You know, they locked themselves into him winning the Royal Rumble, and, you know, a lot of people didn't agree with it. A lot of people were pissed off. I was fine with Batista winning, you know, the Rumble. I still think they should have had a heel come out in the spot. But it is what it is. Now, with the Raw tonight, there's a lot of things I'm expecting to happen. We get the final confrontation between Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. And can I just say, Brock doesn't look like a beast at all. Honestly, I am disappointed. CM Punk and Undertaker, CM Punk got in the head of Taker. You know, with everything that was going on at the time, and for you know, big reasons, with the urn and everything that had happened last year. This year, Brock, his streak doesn't feel like it's in jeopardy. So tonight, they've got to do something, you know, because I'm still interested to see how the match is going to go, just because I want to see what Brock and, you know, Taker have come up with. But, you know, what kind of match they're going to have, and if it's going to be physical, and whether or not Brock's going to decimate the Undertaker. I think the big question is, you know, Brock is not looking like a monster. When he came back and he was beating up Mark Henry and then Big Show, I was like, okay, they're making him look like a monster to be like a viable challenger for the Undertaker's streak. But then out he comes, and he's been getting obliterated by Taker. Taker's been getting in his head. The whole thing, with the casket, which I thought was, I thought it was pretty stupid because I knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's vintage Taker, and I'm all for that. But it just didn't feel... I was very disappointed. Like, that should not have closed out the show. I don't think that, at all should have closed out Monday Night Raw. In my opinion, I thought last week's end of Raw was pretty weak. Unless you're a huge Undertaker fan, and then if you were really into that match. But me personally, I think other matches are overshadowing Taker versus Brock Lesnar because the fact that I don't think Brock Lesnar is that much of a credible threat right now. He hasn't been booked as a credible threat. At least in this build-up. Brock Lesnar is always a credible threat. He's a dangerous man, but so far with his build-up, it doesn't make me, wanting to see it, I guess, right now. So hopefully tonight something big happens. Hopefully Brock gets the upper hand on Taker. I think Taker's got to look weak somehow. Maybe Brock decimates him, puts him through a table with an F5. Taker comes out bandaged at Mania or something. I just think right now there's nothing having me believe that Brock has got a shadow of a chance in hell in beating Taker at Mania. Also, will Daniel Bryan be on Monday Night Raw? Last week when they said Bryan wasn't going to be there, when he announced via tweet that he wasn't going to be there, I was like, oh shit. So he's going to be there. And then they actually kept Daniel Bryan off Monday Night Raw. And I was surprised. Like, you've got 2 weeks until WrestleMania. And you're keeping the hottest thing on the card off the show. I was like, what? And they really did it. So Daniel Bryan's return this week, I think, has got to be something big. Daniel's got to push the authority. He's got to do something, to me, that makes me interested in it. Because I am so ready for this match. I am so excited for Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. It's the longest, build to a WrestleMania in as many years as I can remember. Triple H has been screwing him over since SummerSlam. It's a match that I am so pumped for. And as much as I love Daniel Bryan and I wanted him to win the title at Mania, I want Triple H to go over so bad. I know what you're saying. He doesn't need to go over. Yeah, well, he can have Daniel beat him at Extreme Rules, and then everything's good. But Triple H at Mania, I don't think he's willing to do it. Once again, there's a lot of other things we can talk about in terms of tonight's Raw. Some people are speculating that CM Punk is going to return, not Undertaker, excuse me, because he wants to induct Ultimate Warrior. I don't think so. I would like to see Ultimate Warrior come out tonight. I would. I think before WrestleMania to sell the network because they have this whole week. I think the first is the press conference, so tomorrow is the press conference for WrestleMania. And then I think they're going to be pushing all of that today. So they're going to be talking, get the network to watch the press conference, get the network to, get the Hall of Fame. And, I would love to see Ultimate Warrior come out tonight. Can I just say how awesome it would be to see Ultimate Warrior running down to the ring? Oh, man, I'd be stoked. That's what I want to see tonight. If anything could happen on Raw tonight, it would be for Ultimate Warrior to come running down to the ring. You have no idea how sick that would be. There's other speculation that isn't really related to this Monday Night Raw, but possibilities of Sting coming out on Monday Night Raw next week, and we're going to save that for next week. But other things that can happen tonight. Do we still know what the Divas Battle Royale is? We don't know yet. Divas, they're still trying to figure out the rules. Vicky has said, she asked for our ideas, what kind of match it should be. So obviously everything is in her control. Obviously not, but we're going to have to wait and see on that one. The tag team match, which I think is a stupid move because the tag title should be on the line on the grandest stage of them all on the pay-per-view. I do not think a title match should ever be on a pre-show, especially when it comes to WrestleMania. But if you're trying to sell the pay-per-view, let's be honest, you have Los Matadores in the match, so I can't really complain too much. Big punt kick from Randy. Wouldn't that be crazy tonight? 1, 2. Batista kicks out of a punt kick. Wouldn't that be crazy if Randy just goes out and fucks Batista up? And then Batista can't make the main event. Like, could you imagine the crowd's reaction? Tonight, Batista will be unable to compete at the main event of WrestleMania. And then it's Daniel and, oh my gosh. Just imagine if they did something screwy like that. Where Triple H is just like, no, fuck you, man. And then he just fires him. I'm still hoping tonight that Triple H comes out, fires Daniel Bryan, and just takes the title. I want to see that. Is that fantasy booking? I don't know if that's fantasy booking, but what other things can happen on Monday Night Raw? Other matches that we've got going on, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. I'm guessing we're going to see the final build for that one. Well, obviously, everything is the final build tonight. This has got to be a great show. Now, it is different this year with the network. I think trying to sell people on buying a pay-per-view this year is a lot different with the network. I don't know how many subscribers they have, but looking over the card, it's actually not that bad of a card. You know, the matches that have me the most interested, obviously, whether or not Daniel or Triple H wins the title. I don't really care about Batista or Randy. But Bray Wyatt versus John Cena's got me pumped. There's just a lot of things about this year's WrestleMania that I'm not super excited about, but I still think it has potential to be a great card. And like I was trying to say with the pre-show, I thought they should have done something maybe with Alexander Rusev or feature somebody on the pre-show besides the tag team division. So I was a little disappointed about that. So the question of the video, guys, what do you think about the tag team title match being on the pre-show? Are you guys disappointed about it? Because it is a 2-hour pre-show. Just remember that. It's a 2-hour pre-show, and the match is probably going to get like 10 minutes, if that. Last year's match before the pay-per-view was actually pretty good, right? Was it last year's match, or was it 2 years ago? All I remember was they had a really good pre-show tag team match, the Triple Threat one, that I really enjoyed. So I'm okay with it being on there. I just would have preferred it to be on the main card. Other matches that we've got going on. The Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Who are the final 4 people? Are we going to get to see RVD? Chris Jericho? Is somebody going to return tonight? We're going to have to wait and see about that. I think somebody could return tonight and announce themselves in the Battle Royale. I think it would mean a lot more for them to come back now than to wait for a surprise entrant in the Battle Royale. I think you could save a couple people like that. I think, maybe letting Scott Hall come out. Not Scott Hall. Well, maybe Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, somebody come out, Warrior, maybe. Somebody, at least, in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. I think that would be so cool to have a couple legends. Maybe put Roddy Piper in there, or, somebody to give it a little flair. That's just what I think, and that's where I think they could utilize some of these legends that they've got on contract, and I think it'd be so cool to give them one last WrestleMania moment. And, what the hell? The game kind of fucked up right there. Not really sure what happened. Other things that are going on in the WWE right now that we could talk about for tonight's Monday Night Raw. It'll be interesting to see what the Shield and the New Age Outlaws kind of finish up, because going into WrestleMania, I was so pumped for a 3-man Shield match, breaking up, and then they didn't go that route. Kane and the Outlaws got involved. So are they going to throw, if all the tag matches, if all the guys are ready for that tag match and preparing, are they going to do Kane's dirty work? Or are they going to turn on Kane? Maybe Ryback and Curtis Axel just come out and be like, fuck it. Right? And they're just like, no, we're so good our ass beat. And they just turn on Kane and everybody obliterates Kane on Monday Night Raw. How crazy would that be? Man, we're just beating the hell out of Batista. Batista's got so much blood coming out of him right now. This is just absolutely insane. So I want to know what you guys think about Monday Night Raw. What do you think of the tag team match getting moved to the pre-show? Like I said, I'm okay with it if they do a good job with it, because the other year's pre-show, I thought they did a really good job. Other than that, I still want to see Vince McMahon come back tonight. I think that would be really cool, or at WrestleMania. That's something that I have been waiting to see, to have Triple H, Stephanie McMahon out in the ring, kind of berating them, and then all of a sudden, Vince McMahon's music comes out. And imagine we brought back CM Punk or something. How crazy would that be? Oh, Randy caught him. Randy catches him. Oh, Randy's going to hit an RKO out of nowhere. Randy Orton. Is it going to be Batista? Is he going to WrestleMania? RKO to Batista. Oh, man. What a win it would be tonight if Batista beats Randy Orton, right? Just like the string going into Elimination Chamber, Randy lost to everybody. I don't know. I want Daniel Bryan to come out and knee both of them. And then Triple H to come out and pedigree him and grab the titles. I think with the possibility of Daniel Bryan and Triple H going in, I think they've got to be involved in the Randy Batista somehow. And somebody's going to be holding up the title tonight. I hope it's Triple H, guys. Just kind of a Raw preview. Like I said, I kind of want to talk some of the bigger things first. So we didn't really get to discuss a lot of the little things. But let me know, who's walking out of Mania as Tag Team Champions? What are your expectations for tonight's Monday Night Raw? And until next time, guys, my name is Tubby. You'll catch me on Straight Shoot tonight with Tony Pizza Guy and Aubrey Citizen, hashtag Straight Shoot, youtube.com/AubreyRex. And until next time, we will see you all later.